Alright, we got another chapter of Saki. This one with the thrilling title World Shaking. The first round of the finals has exceeded my expectations in just the sheer point scores being thrown around. We've had two Yakuman, double Tenho at that, and then the Yakuman of like 9 gates or whatever it's called, the super crazy rare one that you can go your entire life and not even meet anybody who's seen. And then we had a counted Yakuman because our Dora dragon here has been gobbling up the Doras at an unprecedented rate and had like Dora 8 or something ridiculous. So yeah. So we cut back to when they were trying to figure out kind of the ebb and flow, the waxing and waning of her ability to get more Doras. For a while there, they were freaking out because it seemed like her Dora magnet ability was becoming dormant. Dormant, if you will. So here they're celebrating though, because it's working again. Kuru can hoard the Doras with the best. Just to be sure, it'd be nice to do it one more time. Since the final is tomorrow, we'd better stop here. Okay, so this was just the night before. It was kind of down to the wire. So they're trying to just get right on the cusp of this Dora ability. Ha ha ha. The thing with Kuro-sen sent Doras to her opponent, should we test that too? Time the Doras don't come back, there might not be enough time for the final tomorrow. So this was what she did. She abused in the last game to Ron someone, send a Dora to their hand, knowing that they would discard it. She just has complete control of where they move around the board entirely. So powerful. Kuro-sen Tenpai and a winning title is a Dora. How about sending that Dora to an opponent? She wins her hand after her opponent cuts that Dora. Wouldn't that mean the Dora went back to Kuro's hand in the end? In the case it doesn't count as being discarded. Temporarily entrusted it to someone else. So this is kind of the loophole they found. That I guess before, when she would use this Dora transmitting ability, the Dora would find it like offensive. They would be insulted by her not just hoarding all of them for herself, and therefore they would remove her control over them for a while. That was the problem they were experiencing before. She can do that. The conditions are strict. Must be in Tenpai, winning tile must be a Dora. And after all that often, on top of that, the opponent's Ricci. So this is just it, right? Is that it's way too suspicious. Everyone knowing, of course, her abilities. If they draw a Dora, they're like, well, okay, well, this is really weird. I better not discard this, even if it's slowing my hand down. But if they're Ricci, of course, then they have to discard it if it's not their winning tile. Yeah, they might not discard it. I don't think I need to worry about that. When I think about sending a Dora to an opponent, I also have a strong belief that it will come back to me. Yeah, that is an amazing thing to say so casually. A strong belief. This is always something that's very interesting to me about Saki, is when the girls talk about their subjective experience using their powers, like what it is that they're seeing, what it is that they're confident in that allows them to play the way they do. Like it's a legitimately supernatural force that exists in the world of the series, right? And all of the illusions and auras and chills that other players get, those are like really happening. And yet it's not entirely externalized either. It's not like, you know, a superpower they have that they just kind of flex like a muscle or something. It's much more subtle and internal and kind of deep within just the way they play. This is quite interesting. It's a terribly strong power. The situations you can use it are rare. Winning the hand with Sumo gets you more points than a run. There's no point in taking the risk of sending a Dora. But yeah, you want to cut down with the leap. Like you want to target the winning player with the strategy, of course. In which case, a Ron can be so much more effective than a Suno. Even if Crow wins a hand as intended, the Doras might not come back to her. Use it in the final, do it in the second half. That makes sense. And this is also really cool too. is that if the powers are fickle like this, if they are kind of temperamental, then you need to play accounting for that. You need to kind of assess the risk. Okay, if I use this now, will it be the last time I can use it today, or even just like indefinitely? I gotta kind of save it for those critical moments. Yes, yes. You must decide whether to take that risk or not. I'll leave that decision to you, Karam. So again, we've seen this pattern a few times now, where they show the hand, the big reveal. There's kind of a very expressive moment of celebration. And that in the next chapter, we really get to have our cake and eat it too. There's the long discussion of how it kind of came to be. This is the same pattern as Yuki. I think it's great. I really love this structuring. It really is the best of both worlds. You get all of the excitement of the sudden reveal, and then all of the kind of strategy and emotions around the build-up, all the things that went on behind it. Look at everyone clap and cheer. This is the 4th Yakuman in this one round. It's so absurd. A direct hit Yakuman to Mia Nagateru herself. There is no record of anything like this ever happening before. And of course, in the Saki verse, this is a huge deal. Mahjong is so popular that out here on the street, they're playing it on TV. I just thought of the Who. Out here in the street. What's that song called? I think it's called Baba O'Reilly. Barbara O'Reilly? Baba O'Reilly? Barbara O'Reilly? But it's the Teenage Wasteland song. Good grief, that's a cut above what I expected. He's so shocked that you can Dora all the way to counted Yakuman. This Dora girl from Akiga, she can send Doras to her opponents. Another song sense and belief. If you send me a Dora, I could be walking into a trap with that line way of thinking. Ricci is kind of sealed, yeah. As soon as anyone reaches, they set themselves up for this Dora trap. They're forced to discard the Dora and get Rond with an extremely large hand. She can make the dragon dance however she likes, whenever she likes. Whoa, and the pro player that's the coach of the international team, Uzuzan, I think is what they're called. Or is that a different team? Intrigued by the Dragon Girl. I want to get my hands on her too a little. Oh, this is so cool. Everyone is so impressed. I hope every round is like this. It'll take like 300 chapters, but I don't care. I want every round to be this intense. The Dragon Lord of Akika. Like, everyone deserves a shot like this. Alright. It's South now. I want a Buyman, a Dealer Hanuman, and a Yakuman, but I still don't have enough points. Be a letter. If you don't let them know, you can more or less draw any Dora you want. Looks like you can't win that hand. It's best not to draw Doras pointlessly. Okay. So I guess the idea here is to try to trick the opponents into thinking that there's limits to her power, and that there's situations where there's like relief that they can get Dora again, but she's basically just kind of folded that hand. And it's like, if you let your opponents believe this, then they'll possibly kind of start playing around patterns they notice. But then, of course, since she does have total control of the dragon dance, she can subvert those very patterns that she's building up, I guess. It's kind of cool. Even if I try my best to think about the Dora I'd like to draw, I can never be sure if I'll get it or not. And they might all be jumbled together. Real bad spot and you get send a Dora and it works out well, then try speeding up all the Doras you can. Interesting. So now, before it was just sort of like she would get Doras and it would increase her point value of her hands. But her hands would still kind of progress at the normal rate. But now she's deliberately drawing the Doras that will advance her Shantan, right? So I think we're going to see, just sort of like Yuki, a back-to-back miracle where she might double Yakuman again. She might get another counted Yakuman of Dora. This time just a sumo. This time an extremely fast sumo where she just absorbs Dora from the ether. Look at that! She's sumoed already! While during the high school champion's monologue, she just casually sumos. Huh! Dora 7. Holy crap! It's a Sanbaimon. Not double Yakumon, but Saibaimon at least. She drew 6 times and 4 of them were Doras. So yeah, the Dora power allowing her to be fast. Deliberately building your hand around the fact that you know you're going to be getting Doras. This is pretty intense. Hisa is so intense that she's so shocked that the shading just fell right out of her. That's hilarious. Coiling Dragon, Crouching Tiger. Another difficult phrase. I see. And of course, Reitz just wants to draw these girls because she hasn't drawn that sort of fan service in a while. Like to meet the current Akiko girls as enemies on the battlefield. Okay. Let's see what happens next. Pretty exciting stuff. Chapters coming out very infrequently. A whole lot of the finals left to go. But if we just keep getting these miracle Mahjong Yakuman rushes, I'm all for it. I'm all for it taking as long as it needs to. Okay, that's all for now. Bye-bye.